Welcome to Tony's Pizza, where every pizza is a Tony's Pizza. I'm totally kidding, you guys. My name is actually Erik, and you're actually listening to the Hoot and Holler podcast. Tony is just a character that I've been working on for weeks, maybe months. He's very complicated. He eats, sleeps, and breathes pizza. He has a hard, crusty exterior, but a soft, warm, doughy interior, and he has a heart of gold. So I don't have a guest today, and Tony's kind of my security blanket in the meantime. He's really there to keep me comfort and company in this hard time. But anyway, speaking of Tony, I just got back from a trip to New York, and it was a great time. I caught up with some high school friends that I haven't seen in 13 years. What a beautiful experience. I mean, it's crazy how you can catch up with people you haven't seen for that long, and it feels like no time has passed. Like you're still just as comfortable and still have that same like fun dynamic that you had all those years ago. Yeah, it was a great time. I also saw a bunch of family. I was there for a baby shower, and the event was beautiful. Amazing food. They had these arancinis, I think they're called, these like rice balls, and it also had crab in them. They were fried, deep fried, covered in butter. Oh my God. It was so good. The cocktails were great. The non-alcoholic cocktails were great, which I took on accident. Of course, if there's an open bar, why am I going for the non-alcoholic cocktails? I mean, kind of a foolish mistake, but I learned my lesson. And I learned it quickly. Anyway, going to New York was a real eye-opener for me because it reminded me why I don't want to live there, even though it was a fun time. But the city life is not for me. My parents are always saying like, oh, you should move to New York. And it's so fun. There's so many opportunities. There's events and restaurants and so many people and so many things to do. But the thing about that is, all those things require money, and money is something I don't have right now. I have almost no money. So those are all going to be temptations to spend, temptations to go out, drop $30 on a cocktail, which is what it costs. And that's not something I'm particularly equipped to do right now. So I think I'm going to stick here in the suburbs, just chilling. I like hosting my game nights. I like walking to Trader Joe's, getting my $5 bottle of wine, and then having like 10 friends over to play some games. You can't do that in New York because you're living in a shoebox. And for some people, like if you're rich, oh my God, it must be so fun. It's like a playground. You can go out every night to a new restaurant and for years and never go to the same place twice. Like it's prime for opportunity. But not for me, just not for me. Maybe when I'm a millionaire, when Hoot and Holler takes off, then I'll move to New York and I'll probably love it then. But for now, I don't think it's a possibility. The one thing I was really excited about was public transportation. That's like the one thing that could convince me to live there because Los Angeles is horrible. We do have like a subway station that barely exists. It connects a few key places. You can get from like Universal Studios to the Hollywood Pantages and the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And that's about it. All the other stations are like in the middle of nowhere or in really scary areas. So I don't use it very often. But in New York, I was like, it seems like you can get anywhere at any time. And that could be so fun. If you're going to a bar or if you're hanging out with friends and you're drinking late at night, you don't have to worry about driving home. You can just hop on the subway, take a quick little ride, you're back home safe and sound. But that's not really how it panned out. Because when I was hanging out with those high school friends that I was talking about, we were up until like 2 a.m. gossiping, talking about the high school reunion that I wasn't invited to because I was only there for 2 years. And I was pretty tipsy and I was like, okay, I'm going to go home. And they said, do you know how to get back? I said, no, but I'll just map it and find the public transportation. Well, I look and it's going to take me 3 trains to get back, 2 subways and then like a bigger PATH train because I was staying in New Jersey at the time and I was in New York City. So then 2 of the subways in New York ran like every 20 minutes at 2 a.m. But then the train to New Jersey only ran every 80 minutes. So I had to time things perfectly or I was going to be waiting there for so long. And it turns out if I left right then, like within 5 minutes, I could walk to the station to the first train. Then that train will arrive to the second train, and that one will arrive to the third train right on time, like with minutes to spare. So I was like, okay, I got to go. And I threw my shoes on and I like ran out the door and I was speed walking to the station. I get there and there's a little notification on the thing that says the train is delayed. So I'm already freaking out. So the train is late. I'm waiting there sweating bullets. And finally it comes, I get on, I'm like, okay, I think I can still make it. Because if that train is late, then I'll miss the next train. And then if I have to wait for the next train, I will definitely not make the third train. But I was like, there's hope. So we're going and the train arrives. I hop on the second train right on time. I like literally exit the platform and then immediately hop on the next train because it was there and it was leaving. Then on that train we're going and the train stops like in the middle of the subway tunnel thing. And it's just like dark and I don't know what's happening. And then there's an announcement that says, oh, there's traffic on the rail and they have to pause. The whole train system has to pause so that they can like clear the backup. Which doesn't make, I mean, how is there traffic with trains? Like, don't they just go? Like they're on a schedule. I was confused how there was traffic. But then, yeah, I was just watching the minutes tick by. I was watching and I was like, oh my God, this third train is going to leave in like 2 minutes. And if I don't make that train, I have to wait another 80 minutes to get home. I'm not going to get home until 4 a.m. And then I was going to sit on a station drunk by myself with like sketchy people at 3 a.m. I didn't want to do that. So I was panicking. Finally the train goes, it gets to the station. I hop off. I don't know where to go. I'm like running in circles, but finally I find the right place. And sure enough, that third train was also delayed. So I got there right in time and I hopped in and I made it safe and sound by like, I think it was maybe 2:45, 3 a.m. I got home, but that was a scary experience. And I would not want to do that. Like, I think you have to be type A to live in New York City. Like, you got to be planning everything. You have to make a reservation if you want to eat anywhere, especially if you have more than like 2 people. Good luck. You have to plan everything to the minute to like get on the right subway to get to your destination at the right time. I don't have that in me. I just don't. But kudos to those who do. Because if you're type A and you're living in New York and you're rich, I just have to imagine it's paradise on earth. So those are my thoughts on New York. There's so much hype around it. There's so much hype around New York. And I just don't think it's for me. Let's just roll straight into today's Pop Corner. Can we talk about the Minecraft movie for a second? Because tell me why I show up at the theater with my large popcorn, 3 cans of silly string, and a rain poncho, and I'm the only one who wants to participate in the chicken jockey trend. Like, now I look like an asshole. So thanks a lot. I love that the chicken jockey is bringing young people to the theaters. Like, I really do. I think that's great. We need young people to watch movies again. Get that attention rate up. It's important. But I think there's a way to do it that's kinder, healthier, and better for everyone involved, from the other moviegoers to the movie theater staff to the participants themselves. Because if you think about I think it was Minions 2, there was a trend when that movie came out called the Gentle Minions, if you remember. And the trend was like you went with 9 of like your closest bros and you dressed up in a full suit, sunglasses, and you went to this movie like it's the hottest premiere in Hollywood. And that was fun. Like, people were sharing their videos all over TikTok, all over Instagram, showing off like how good they looked, how good the crew looked as they rolled in. And I thought that was really funny because you're getting all dressed up for this stupid kids movie. And that was harmless. Like, it was all in good fun. It brought people to the theaters. It was entertaining, and it wasn't disrupting anything, as far as I know. There might have been a few bad eggs in there, but I think for the most part, people were respectful. But now with this chicken jockey thing, it's like the trend is to just trash the movie theater. I'd like to see, let's do for the next one, I don't know, what's maybe like the Call of Duty movie? I don't know, whatever. The next big like teenage event movie that comes out, let's do something a little more fun, a little less harmful, and something that everyone, like the kids, the parents, the grandparents, can all get involved in, because that's the kind of trend that I want to see. Now, my thoughts on the Minecraft movie as a movie, it was horrible. It was really, really, really bad. The acting was horrendous. The writing was horrendous. But like, I kind of had a really fun time. Like, it was kind of really fun. I saw it in 3D. It was the first movie I saw in 3D since Monsters vs. Aliens in like 2011 or something. I don't know when that came out, but it's been probably a decade at least. And I don't know if the technology was always like this, but it was looking good on that screen. That 3D, it was popping. I felt like I was in the Minecraft world. I could feel those grass blocks. I could reach out. I think I did reach out at one point to like touch a creeper, and, you know, obviously you can't feel anything, but it was all for the fun. And there were a couple moments that actually were pretty funny. There was this whole side plot with the villager and Jennifer Coolidge that it had nothing to do with the main story, and like it was really stupid, but I did enjoy it, and I did have myself a few giggles. Jennifer hits the villager with her car and then takes it out on a date to avoid getting sued, and their sexual tension was off the charts. I don't know how they kept it together, but kudos to them. That was great. And there was also this really funny gag at the end where like the main villain is trying to stab Jack Black, and she has all these knives. I don't want, like, you just have to watch it, and the way they did it was very funny. So it was weird. Like, it was dumb and stupid, and like I kind of hated it, but it had like moments where it felt very inspired. And I think I did enjoy it. Like, it's a bad movie that I enjoyed. Am I recommending that everyone go out and watch it? No. No, I don't think you should go watch it in the theater. Well, maybe for the 3D, because I think if it wasn't in 3D, I think I would enjoy it significantly less, actually, which is crazy because usually I'm not a gimmick person, but they got me. That 3D was popping off. So, okay, maybe do go see it in theaters. Don't see it out of theaters. I think that's my conclusion. That's my instructions. Follow them if you will. Next up, I really want to talk about Katy Perry. It seems like the entire internet has decided to come together and collectively destroy this woman. And for the first time, I'm kind of siding with the internet on this one. Do I think we need to be making 2-hour video essays about the downfall of Katy Perry and how her career will never recover? No, I don't think that's necessary. But do I think she needs to fire her publicist? Yeah, absolutely. Like, it doesn't take 30 years of PR experience and an MBA to realize that this Blue Origin flight was a horrible idea. The optics are terrible, especially in 2025 when everyone is struggling. There's so much uncertainty in the world. Economics are crazy. You can't afford to do anything. But she's joining up with Jeff Bezos to go up into space for a couple minutes on like $1 billion flight. I don't know how much it actually costs, but I know it's expensive to shoot a rocket into space. Associating herself with Bezos and Amazon was also a crazy move. I don't know if it's just me and the circles that I run in, but I can't really think of a company that has a worse reputation, just between the horrible treatment of their workers and their impact on the environment and the way that they destroy local businesses, and their competition is keeping a lot of people from making a living. They seem like a pretty evil corporation. So the fact that she's kind of associating with them when she's trying to rekindle her career and her reputation was a crazy move. And Katie, if you're looking for a new PR specialist, I will happily join the team because I could have seen this coming 10 miles away. The part that I'm less supportive of is the attack of her tour, because I see all these clips floating around the internet, around TikTok, and they show like her choreography and her performing with these like space aliens, and she's having like space battles on stage, and people are saying it's really cringe. I don't know. I thought it was funny. I kind of enjoyed that. I'm not going to pay like $400 to go to the concert, but I like I feel like she has a vision for what she's doing. It's campy. It might not be what everyone wants, but it's also Katy Perry. Like, she's always been kooky, crazy. And I think this is just what you get from her. So the fact that everyone's shocked about her having a space battle on stage, I think it's kind of a you problem. Like, you bought those tickets, you should have known what you're getting into. It's Katy Perry. Get it together. All right, let's move on to some quick subscriber shoutouts. This week, I have a big subscriber shout out for my grandma. She's been a loyal listener since day one, and I know this because she used to send me written reviews for every single episode via email. Classic grandma move. I love that. And she'd usually send them in like batches of 3 to 4. I think her review for episode 3 was, Michelle seems like a very funny and interesting person. And I'm like, you know what? You're so right. She is funny and interesting. And I appreciated that feedback. So this one goes out to my grandma. Thank you for listening. I saw her in New York. She was amazing, funny, beautiful. You know, she's grandma. We had so much fun eating and drinking and gossiping about things. It was so great. So thanks for listening. And then I also have to give, my usual yeehaw to Mars X, one of our most loyal listeners. She's always commenting. So thank you for joining. Yay. Really quick, I want to share a spiritual, almost out of body experience that I had last night when I was coming home. I was driving on the 101 as per usual. I pull off on my exit, and this very large bird carrying a very large rodent just swooped right past my windshield. And I made eye contact with the rodent. This is going to sound crazy, but in that moment, I saw myself looking back. I did. I am just a rodent being carried away by life, holding on for dear life. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what the destination is, and I don't know if I'm going to survive it. But I'm just waiting for that hawk to like put me down for a second, because it's got to land somewhere, and take that opportunity and run and, be free, survive, thrive, excel. So I'm still waiting for that opportunity. I feel like I'm on the ride still. But when I'm free, hopefully I'll be free. When I'm free, will I be in a better place than where I started? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe the rat is going to be let go and released into a beautiful paradise with waterfalls, abundant food, and like so many other like little rat communities that it can bond with. Like, maybe it'll be dropped off into a beautiful paradise. Maybe it'll be dropped off in the middle of nowhere. But at least it's alive and it had an experience. So yeah, I think I'm the rat in this moment. I'm feeling rat. I was born in the year of the rat, and apparently this is supposed to be a huge career year for rats, supposedly positive. I've had a huge career year so far, but in negative ways. There's still like 7-8 months for that to turn around. So my fingers are crossed, but this rat symbolism is like happening. I'm trying to interpret it. I'm trying to figure out what the universe is trying to tell me. We'll see. Keep listening. We'll see how things pan out for me. But that's what I'm going with for now, I guess. All right. I think this is going to be a super short and sweet episode. I'm just kind of testing the waters, seeing what it feels like to record alone. It's a little bit scary, but having fun still. And let's just go right to our Hoot and Holler. For any new listeners, the Hoot is something that you love, and the Holler is something that you hate. I'm going to dive straight into my Hoot. My Hoot this week is the idea of a corner store. It's something I've been romanticizing in my head for probably a couple years now. I've never had a corner store. I've only seen them in movies and television. Maybe they exist in New York. I know they don't exist in LA, but the idea that you can just run down like one block, you exit your home, you walk one block, and there on the corner is like this little store where you can pick up all your essentials, your milk, your bread, your eggs, hopefully at a reasonable price. You can make yourself a little meal. If you're hungry, last minute lunch, last minute grocery shopping, maybe you can print some papers, make photocopies. I don't know if that's really a feature of a corner store, but in my head canon it is. And that's the reality. That's my truth. That's my truth right now. So I just, I don't know. I just dream of that day where I can just shout out, "Hey, Marty, I'm going to the corner store. You want any?" Like, I just think that's so fun. And I don't want to have to hop in a car every time I need a simple purchase. Every time, if I'm sick and I just need some NyQuil, imagine popping downstairs in your PJs, walking one block, and going to the corner store and picking up your medicine. Like, that's convenience that we're missing. And I think the whole problem is zoning laws, and that's like a whole other issue, how you can't mix like commercial and residential. Something needs to be done. So if you work in the government, like, please figure that out. But let's bring back corner stores. Let's bring back those beautiful green awnings with the fruit stand out front. Yeah. Like, go get your apple. That's beautiful. Like, that's a powerful thing you can do. It does feel very New York. Yeah. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe corner stores would change my opinion. I don't know. I'm rethinking everything now. Now on to my holler. My holler this week is this man that I almost hit with my car. Yeah, he kind of popped out of nowhere. I was making a left turn across 4 lanes of traffic. I was coming out of Costco. It's crazy there. So I was waiting. I finally found my opening with the cars, and I had to focus on trying to like not get hit. I wasn't looking 20 feet up the sidewalk to see if anyone was walking. It's LA. People don't walk here. But after I'm like 3 of the 4 lanes across, I noticed there's a man there. Yeah, he's there, and he's throwing his hands up in frustration that I almost hit him. But to be fair, like, he had 1 foot still on the side. Like, he was just coming off the sidewalk. He wasn't like already in the middle. And I kind of feel like it's a him issue almost, because like he probably should have looked both ways and seen me turning. So no, I'm going to take ownership. It was a me mistake. I should have been paying more attention. That's totally on me. It was both of us. I think we're both at fault here. But the reason this is a big holler is because so we lock eyes. He looks really angry. He's like yelling something. I can't hear him. He's throwing his hands up. But I have to complete the turn. I can't just stop in the middle of the lane. So I keep driving, and I look in the rear view mirror, and he's just standing there in the middle of the crosswalk, just standing, staring at me. And I'm like far. I'm driving off into the distance, like maybe half a mile away, and he's still just in that same spot. I just see him like shrinking into a little dot, just staring at me. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's like taking a picture and reporting me. Again, both at fault. Or if he was like placing a hex on my car. It was just creepy. Like, just that the image, it still haunts me, like looking in my rear view and seeing the little man in the crosswalk staring at me. It was a haunting experience. And maybe I think what he was trying to do, hopefully, is just teach me a lesson. And by creating that like horrific imagery in my head, that's not a mistake I'm going to make again. And in that way, he was successful. If he was trying to curse my life, I guess he was also successful in that way. But either way, it was a scary time. And everyone, like, make sure you're checking. Look up the sidewalk before you make that turn across 4 lanes of traffic, because there could be someone there and you don't want to hit them. I got lucky this time. All right, well, that's all I have for this super short and sweet episode. Let me know what you think about the solo episodes. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Was it too intimate with me staring directly into the camera? I'm open to feedback. And if you hated it, I'll never make a solo episode again. And if you loved it, I'll never have a guest again. So just tell me what to do and I'll do it, really. Thanks for listening. Make sure you check out all the socials. Make sure you tell your friends to watch. And I'll see you next time. Perhaps with a guest, perhaps by myself. Only time will tell. You'll have to tune in and see what happens. But for now, I gotta go. So, bye.